Welcome back. We are 110% back and ready with
Yeah.
another out of pocket anime podcast.
Yes, sir.
And we got a special one once again.
Always
This will be
special.
s- this will be season 2 to
My God. Stop breaking your fingers. Just stop. It's gross looking.
MH.
Hey, is this dude eating blood? Do they not have to worry about AIDS in the My Hero world? Gross.
Hey.
All Might is fighting Bakugo and Deku? Like, do we just put kids in hospitals for fun? Is that what we do in this world? I don't get it, man.
Sheesh.
And the wildest thing is
Wild.
this happens at the end. Like at the
Yeah.
very end of the season too. So we
Yep.
get into all crazy stuff because, before we got into the recap and all that stuff, watching the
Yeah.
recap, I was just
Uh-huh.
gonna call this the sports festival arc,
Uh-huh.
but you can't just call it that because so much happens from
There's a
point
lot.
A to point B. It's one of the reasons why we enjoy anime and this show in general is because they're able to
Yeah.
fit so much in one season because they do
Yes.
24, 50, however many episodes they need, really.
Right.
But
And we will have our season 1 recap in the description below. So
yes,
if you
sir.
guys haven't checked that out, check it out. Great season 1. But point being to what you just said is I love how they fit in a lot this season cuz this
Yeah.
season was a big season for me specifically cuz I remember telling you, you
Yeah,
told me
you're
about this
struggling.
anime and I was struggling through season 1 and I
Yeah,
was
you are.
like, "Damn." Like I got halfway through season 1, I stopped for a little bit and I was like,
Yes, sir.
"I'm trying. There is a good amount to understand to it. They don't move very fast in terms of the combat.
Yeah,
So
if I
it's a lot of
remember
whining."
yeah, if I re fucking a fuck ton of whining in the first season. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus, fucking even All Might was like, "Dude, you gotta stop crying, my man." He's like, "Hey, bro, buck up. Nut up, little
Yeah.
homie. Like, you can't
Right.
be a superhero and cry this fucking much. You fucking
Exactly.
crybaby, you little bitch boy."
Yeah, you got heart, but you gotta fucking stop crying.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, we need a stamp. We need to find a fake stamp where I can just label people bitch boys. And it'll
Yes.
be Deku and
Season
Armin
1,
and all
100%.
kinds of other bitch boys out there. You
Yeah,
know what I
fucking
mean?
Zenitsu.
Yep, just bitch boys left and right for
Right.
real.
But you were saying about
Yeah,
season 1?
I was saying, it's like because they jump right into it and they bring up the sports festival, which
Right.
obviously you don't know is a thing until they bring it up, but it turns out to be a big deal. And they start getting
Yes.
into like people's motivations, and
Right, well,
they
and
really start to build the backstories there.
right, and even leading up to that, it felt very quick because they just had a moment at the All Might fight with the Nobus. So
Oh
right
yeah,
after that,
oh
they're getting
yeah,
right into
that's right.
a fucking festival?
Yeah.
Really? Like
Well,
that shit just went down?
if my memory serves me correct, they did talk about potentially not doing the sports festival, or at least
Okay,
delaying it
because of what happened.
because of what happened.
I mean,
Because they got in there, and the principal was like, "Nah, nigga, like
we
do it
gotta make
again, little
money.
homie.
We gotta
Do it
make
again,
money.
little
I
homie.
guarantee you it was about
Wish a
money.
nigga would."
I guarantee you it was about money because the fact that Eraserhead, their fucking class teacher, got
Got
fucked
fucked
up
up.
and he's still back in there teaching. It's like, dude, wait, why are we doing a sports festival right
Him and
now?
his
Like, we
goddamn
should
sleeping
just be
bag, man.
training,
Every
you
time I
know?
think of him like up at the front of the class, I think of him zipped up in that fucking thermal, in that
Yeah,
goddamn thermal fucking sleeping bag, dude. It makes me giggle every
yeah,
single time. I'm like, dude, get out of there. You're a good teacher. Stop doing this. Makes no
makes no
sense.
sense.
You look like a
Boom.
fucking. You look like a. You look
Jinx,
like
you
a.
owe me a soda.
All right. Okay. All right. How old are you, sir?
I saw it
God
coming.
damn,
I had to jump in there
motherfucker.
and say it. I
Motherfucker looks
saw
like a
that shit
yellow
coming.
goddamn popsicle. That's all I'm trying
Hey,
to say.
okay, really?
Looks like a yellow goddamn popsicle
And what do
that
you
all
look
these
like?
bitches are trying to lick.
What
You
do
know
you
what I'm
look
talking
like?
about? They want to get to the
Okay.
center of this lollipop. You
Okay.
feel me? Bitches
Where
be
you going with
simping
this?
over. They be simping over him.
Don't stop. Just keep going.
Aizawa. Oh, I can go all day if you let me.
Just keep going.
Do you want to talk? Like,
Keep
you
his
don't
dick in
have
your
to.
mouth.
No,
Keep his
I
dick.
just said bitches. I said bitches love him.
Yeah, I know you did. You're a
Yeah.
bitch.
Oh, whoa, hey, ooh, wee. That's just hurtful. That was just mean and unnecessary.
Unnecessary. Uncalled
Yeah,
for.
yeah. I
But
don't use bitches derogatorily.
yeah, point being was Aizawa, Jesus Christ, Aizawa was fucked up, and they still went through with this, and he's still
Yeah,
teaching the class, and he's like, "Y'all still gotta fucking show up to school and learn, and we still gotta get better." Blah blah blah.
yeah,
But they get into the UA games, and there's 3 sections to the games, right?
dude. So quick shout out to my girl Ravity. I
Okay,
appreciate the realness of her fucking answer. because remember they do that whole thing at the beginning where they're like, "Oh, what motivates you? What does this? What does that?" And this bitch said the money. I'm about my green. I'm about my paper. I need that cheddar. I want that money. That's what she said.
Uraraka says that?
Yeah, she says that. She's like, "That's why I want to be a hero. I'm trying to make money so my parents
Okay.
don't have to work."
Oh,
Like,
okay, yes.
yeah, I was
And
like,
then she's
"Okay,
even jealous
finally,
of,
someone said it."
Yaya. Oh, wait, hold on. Can't
Uh,
say that. Can't say that.
yeah,
That's in a
take a
future
minute.
season. I almost did it.
Oh, oh,
I almost
again,
did it.
dude. What is going on with you? You just can't fucking get it under
Dude,
control, huh?
it's I get excited. That's what it is.
You just get
I
excited.
get very
Just,
excited.
oh,
We're getting in these good combos,
oh my
and
god, eat a dice. Ugh.
because I think it's because we made that switch to a more like free flow format where it's
Uh-huh.
like it's harder for me to concentrate on just the season because
Gotcha.
as we talk
Okay.
about it, I just get anxious. And for those that don't know, we're caught up on all
Yeah,
6 seasons. So even though
100%
we're
caught
doing
up.
this season 2 review, that's why it's hard for me to not fucking say some
Yeah,
shit.
and it's funny too,
But
guys, because both of us, and especially more so, I would even say you, we hate spoilers,
mhm.
and like to a like with a fucking
What do you
passion.
mean more so me?
I think you hate spoilers more than I do.
No, I think you hate spoilers more than I
I
do.
don't think that's
You
accurate, man.
you threaten to you threaten to hurt people when they spoil shit.
Yeah, because I can. You can't hurt people. That's why you can't threaten them.
Well, that's why I'm not as hurt by it.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't
I
think that's
think
how
that
it
is.
spreads.
I
You know, it's
think
got a
when
nice
you hurt
spread.
people,
It's got a nice
you're a
spread.
little bit more upset.
I think because I can hurt people, it's more of a common threat. Like if you were
No,
like,
it's not a
"I'll be
can or
super
can't.
mean to you,"
Not a
that would
can
be
or
the same
can't.
as me hurting people because you can't hurt people, so you're just
No,
super
it's
mean to
whether or
them.
not you will or won't.
It's
Not
okay.
can or can't. It's will
Hey,
or won't.
hey, some people just need to be mean, you know,
All
and
right,
that's
this
you,
is the
little buddy.
delusional. This is the we're seeing it. It's
Okay.
coming out.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about like the beginning of the sports festival? Like, because did you think Midoriya was gonna win that race?
Well, the fact that they split it into 3 is wild. I
Yeah.
thought it was just gonna be one-on-ones with everybody.
Like
That would have
all
been a
out
cooler
tournament.
format. Yeah, let's go DBZ times. You know
Okay.
what I mean? That's what like fuck a obstacle course.
That's
Fuck
funny,
a
dude.
pulling headbands off your fucking head. Fuck
I
fuck all that shit until we get to the one-on-ones.
well, I think if they
Let's
did
run them
that,
hands.
I think if they did that, it would have been stupid. Like I get and agree with you saying
And
I'd much rather see one-on-one fights. Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to
right,
get something out?
right. My point is I think that they only picked the internships because that's the whole idea of the games is to show off the classes, to
Yeah.
see for the interns who they want to pick. It's all about money, man. That's why Stain's so pissed. Stain's like,
Yeah,
this shit ain't even about like
that's
saving
true.
people anymore. And
Yeah.
I'm a heavy
Huh.
Stain rider.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
all up on his dick.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what I
he's
mean?
also I know in our last video we were talking about like top five bad
Yeah.
guys. I think Stain
Yeah.
is up there. I think
Right.
Stainy Poo is up there.
Yes. And that's motherfucker I ride for. And he made it a point to point out the system's fucked. And this is part of that system. Their system is do the UA games, get the internship, blah 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 blah. Blah.
You guys heard it from Blackie Chan
And
first. Don't trust your government. Okay?
exactly.
Continue.
That's exactly what I was saying. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad we
Thank you
agree,
so
man.
much. That was
Yeah.
perfect.
There's a life lesson there, guys. Don't trust your government. All right?
Yeah, but I'm like, let's run these ones. Let's see who's better. Let's Goku Vegeta this shit. Let's see what happens. And
Yeah.
they didn't do that. They waited to the end. The obstacle course, I didn't think Deku would win. I'll tell you that
No,
much.
no, I didn't think so either. And I mean, it showed their resourcefulness.
Hmm.
And I guess like some of them could use their powers, and it ended up being part of like the scheme. Remember, because they
Yeah,
get to the battles, and everybody's like, "Oh, we know your guys' powers because you were so busy showing them the fuck off."
right.
But also, like y'all are bitches. You're okay being number two.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand that philosophy. Like I
Yeah,
I'm,
you
I'm
watching
with
too
Ricky
much Blue Lock.
Bobby.
You
You
watch
know,
you
you're first
watching
or last.
you watching
Oh,
too much
oh,
Blue
Blue
Lock,
Lock.
bro.
Oh yeah, you got to
You got
turn
the
one a
ego in
hundred into one.
you.
Yeah, yeah, I do got that ego
That's
in
your
me, dog.
problem. That's your problem right
Dude,
there.
it's my bad.
Yo,
Like you
parents, do
destroy
not
your enemies. You know
do
what I
not
mean?
do not show your kids Blue Lock. All
Like
right.
I they
They
end up
gonna
like
be
me.
no, fuck that. I want to be number one.
Yeah, but seriously, like, does no one have that in them? You should want to be
so
number one.
so then you love the fact that Endeavor's the way he is.
I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I definitely understand it.
And this is the first intro to Endeavor too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That
So
this motherfucker's intense.
so I want to touch on your original point, and then I'll touch on that, right?
Okay, go
So
ahead.
your original point is like the one-on-ones, and you're like, I'd love to see that. And I'm like, I
Mhm.
agree with you in the sense that I would love to see the one-on-one fights, but as terms as
Longer.
like as terms as like the shows considered, there's so many people that were competing in the games that they wouldn't have showed all the fights like I wanted to. They would have showed the key fights that we expect them to show, and then
Yeah.
they would have done like episodes where
Yeah, I
there's
don't care.
flashing in the other fights. I don't like that idea, me personally.
It
But I do like the idea
whatever.
of maybe like doing something at the beginning and lowering it down to a low number and then doing the fights, like speeding up what they eventually did, right? Because they did the first one, they did the team battles where they're grabbing headbands and
It's just a
shit.
waste of time. Who cares about their powers when they're grabbing headbands?
But that's my point. It's like do a speed up version of those first two. So do like
It's
one activity and it's like first 30 people get entered in the
uh,
tournament. Because that's what they did in Dragon Ball Z. They were punching the bag
yeah,
for
but
strength.
that's way quicker than them.
Right,
They
but that
elongated fights.
but that's what I'm saying. Like I would have much rather them do something quicker and get rid of those first two, and maybe not go straight to the fights, but at least do one
But
thing to eliminate people, and then do the fights for most of that.
the obstacle course should have been enough. It should have been like obstacle course and then straight to fights.
Maybe, yeah, that would have worked too if it was like first 30 get into the fights. Either
Right,
way, just something sped up, right? Like
right.
a sped up version to get qualify for the fights, and
And
then
then
just niggas duking it
elongate
out.
those fights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to
like
see high
show
scorers
some
kill each other.
versatility,
What are we doing?
or short. Just show some versatility, right?
Yeah, I was thinking
They
about the
can
high scorers killing
spar.
each other. I don't care about
So
versatility. I
you're
want to
on
see
that
high scorers kill
bakugo.
each other.
You on
Yeah,
that
die,
bakugo type of
die.
time.
Yep, that's how I roll. Uh,
Right,
but
right. Psychopath.
okay, and then now on to
Yes.
your second point with Endeavor.
Uh-huh.
So they don't get into his whole role in it yet.
Backstory. Yes.
You
They just
find
get
out,
surface level.
yeah, it's just surface level. You realize Todoroki doesn't fucking like him.
You definitely
They're not
realize that.
they're not okay.
They're not on
That is
good
not
terms.
a classic. You would think he was Goku by the way he was treating him. You know what I mean? You would think he just wasn't around, wasn't there, wasn't doing anything.
Oh, he was way worse than
But
Goku.
yeah, he was worse than Goku. I'd rather him Endeavor have not been
And
there. But I'm also saying that knowing what I know versus specific in the frames with this season. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, but like I understand him. He wanted his son to be great,
that's
and
a fact.
there's only so much I can say because they only do the
Yeah,
surface
they
level
only
on
do
this.
surface level.
So there's only so much I can say, but I do understand you realizing something that your son has greatness in you
Hmm.
or greatness in him.
I was
I
about
don't
to
want I
say.
don't want anybody to put their greatness in me, okay? Keep your
I was
hands
about to
off.
say your
Keep your
son put
greatness to yourself.
it. Your son
Don't
put
take
in
my word
greatness in
for it.
you.
Take take
You
take
can do
loss.
it, Dad. Beat his ass, Dad.
Yep. Now I'm great.
Is there an octopus? Is an octopus
Is
hitting
that
me right
jumping
now?
me?
Who's jumping me? Is somebody jumping me?
Oh shit. But yeah, but yeah, so I get it. Like
There's an
you see,
intense aspect between them. Point
yeah,
being, because we're gonna have a moment in the future where we can really dive into Endeavor as a
yeah,
father.
I'm
I don't
excited
want
for
you to
that.
give away too much. So,
Yeah.
they do go very surface level here. You know, it's a fucked up situation there, and then you hear about also Todoroki's mom and how she
Hmm.
lost her shit being with him,
Lost her
which
shit.
is who they mainly get into.
And what yeah, and they do, but they don't like they just talk about it. You don't
It
see it.
right. Yeah, you don't
You
see
eventually you fucking see it.
the
Jesus.
yes.
But you just
In
get the
season
idea.
2, you
Yeah.
get a surface level, "Hey, she lost her mind, threw
And
boiling
burned
water
her
on him."
son, her fucking 6-year-old son,
With
threw
boiling
boiling water on his fucking eye and
on his
scarred him.
red.
Yeah, for the rest of his life because she hated her husband that much.
Yikes.
Like,
It's a fucked up family.
I mean, are there any normal families in fucking anime?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Deku.
Where's his dad?
It's a normal family. He died.
Do we know that?
I have no
Even
idea. I just
now,
said
where we're caught up now?
that.
Like, do we even know
I have
that?
no idea. I don't
Like,
remember them
fuck,
ever
dude.
mentioning it.
Like,
I
where's
don't
Ash's
remember.
dad in Pokemon? Like, his
All
mom
right.
is dope, but you know what I mean? Like, where's a normal family in anime?
That's a good
Fucking
point.
Black Clover, the main characters there are orphans. Fucking
Yeah,
Naruto, his
att-
fucking family's dead.
yeah, both his
Fucking
parents. Attack on Titan. Aaron, his dad died.
and his mom died
And then he saw his mom get eaten.
in front of him over and over again.
Spoiler alert! We gotta put that
That
on there.
happens in the third episode. We're not gonna put a spoiler alert on that.
He said, "If you haven't seen the third episode by now, and you're watching My Hero season 2
Fuck you,
review,
dude.
then fuck you."
Yeah, I'm not putting a spoiler on that one. No, that's like third
Yeah,
episode. Not even the third episode. That's
yeah.
like the end of the first episode.
Uh,
Go fuck yourself.
but let's reel it back into the season. So you
Yeah.
get the quick little taste of Todoroki and that, and then the main point being of all this was to say that he's refusing to use his fire side. Right? That was the big thing
Well,
where
it's
he's
what
like, "I don't want to
he
use the
says
fire
it.
side."
Yeah, he says
know,
it.
I know, and we'll get into the fights that occur towards the end of the UA games, but they did the fucking head tag pulling game, which apparently you like for whatever reason. I have
No,
no
at
clue why
no
you like
point did
that.
I say I like that.
Why do you enjoy that? Go
What?
ahead,
What is
tell the
happening?
people. Tell the people why you
We're just
enjoy
making it
watching
up.
headbands getting pulled off of people's heads
You know
because you
what
can
the
see all their abilities.
you know what the worst part
Go
of this
ahead.
is? If I wanted to steer into the skit, I could, and I could probably make the world believe I thought it was dope.
Well, we saw that on fucking Goku versus All Might.
Fucking A,
So,
dude. Fucking A.
um,
We'll probably have a link to that video below too, guys. That shit gets wild. You gotta check out our All Might versus Goku.
yeah,
Uh,
the
you know
bottom guy over here says all
the
kinds of shit.
yeah, but like I don't care about that. I think that battle is fucking stupid.
Uh-huh.
Um, like I understand the idea behind it. You have your
It's
four
stupid.
people.
I
You
don't
grab the
understand the
bands.
idea. It's
Uh,
fucking stupid.
it's teamwork,
It's
working
fucking
together with
pussy shit.
because eventually you're gonna work with heroes that you don't know all their quirks, and
Fuck
so
that
you're
game.
teaming up there. It's stupid.
It's a
Let's
stupid
be
game.
real. It's
It's
stupid.
a stupid game.
It's stupid. I
Especially
thought I
like
had you.
coming.
I thought I had you on a loop. Fuck.
No, no, you did. You're just gonna keep
I
trying to
thought I
get me.
got you. Yep, I thought I
Jesus
had
Christ.
you. Yeah.
Uh, but you keep seeing in other animes, it's much more serious. And
Yeah.
when you just leave from season one, this was a frustration. You just leave from an intense moment where All Might is going toe to toe with the Nomu.
As you guys can
Um,
imagine, he can't get this out of his head. He keeps bringing it up. This is like the fourth time.
and after he goes toe to toe with that, everybody's acting like the world's just let's keep it moving. Let's just keep it going instead of actually developing a plan and figuring some shit out. Like you see that in every other anime except for this one. This is the one anime where you're seeing just everybody just
Yeah.
still trying to go along with the process.
Yeah, just so you guys know, Blackie's got a problem with letting wild things that happen go. For instance, we were watching Dr. Stone and a man punches a lion. And for the next 3 seasons, he kept saying, that man punched a lion. Which,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, it's
pretty
fucking
crazy.
wild.
Yeah,
It's fucking
it's
wild.
hard to forget.
But he can't let it go. He just can't let things go. He can't let the All Might fight with the
Hey,
Nobles go. He's brought it up 4 times. I
but
understand it. Just know
even
that
the
about him.
even the Sukasa punching a lion. Point being, that man was a human. He didn't have any power.
That was wild, dude.
He was
That was
he
fucking
was
wild.
me. He was you.
Yeah.
He was us.
He was we are not him.
He was me. He was
I
you.
I
He
don't
was
know
us.
I don't know what you think about your abilities and your own personal strength, but I can tell you my own personal abilities is not the ability to fucking punch a lion in the
So
face
you're telling me you
and
see a
win.
lion coming at you right now, you're not gonna full sprint at it and Hadouken that motherfucker
You
into
know,
submission.
I don't think I am.
Now, if
I
you were in that circumstance, would you fight it?
fuck no, I'm running. I'm trying to grab
No,
something.
I mean like you're not getting away. Like you know you have to fight your way out. Like
You
he
know
has you
what?
cornered. He has you
Oh,
cornered.
he has me cornered. So like my back's against the rock. There's nothing I can fucking do. I'm
Yeah,
not
and
running
he's
anywhere.
just
Honestly, I'm treating it like a street fight. I'm treating him like a person.
what do
I'm
you
looking
like?
at no, I'm looking at the ground. I'm looking at the ground. I'm looking for dirt, or hopefully there's dirt and there's not fucking bitch ass grass.
Uh-huh.
Because I would throw dirt in its eyes
Mm-hmm.
and I would rush it and I would try and get it on its back and
So
try
you
and
do
get
some
at least
dirty
like
shit.
yeah. Oh fuck
So,
yeah,
but you would fight it. Point being is you would fight it, and I don't want to
yeah.
get too deep
But
into it.
yeah, but that wasn't. I mean, he could have ran. He
Yeah,
was still in stone when he was realizing he was gonna punch it.
true.
He was like, "What's the situation, nigga?" That's what
No,
he
he
said.
came out the stone just, hey,
Yep. He's like,
first
I
person I
understand.
saw, and it just happened to
Yeah.
be a
His
lion.
eyes break. He sees the line and goes, I understand.
Nobody
Fucking
had to
wild,
say,
dude.
"Yo, punch that lion." That motherfucker just woke up and
Just so
punched
you
it.
guys know, this is how much the scene affected both of us. We are doing an episode on My Hero Academia season
Season
2,
2.
and we just spent the last 5 minutes talking about how Sukasa punched a goddamn lion in the face. That's how much that affected
but
us.
but that's what makes it wasn't like a pure shonen in Dr. Stone, and this is a pure shonen where it's like abilities on abilities on abilities. And I was so disappointed that they only left 1v1s towards the end of the season. And
You mean
I'm not
towards
going to
the
give
end of the
away
sports festival?
towards the end of this season, because even this season it has that and then the internship.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I
it's
get what
like
you're trying to
middle
say.
to end, I guess, middle to end. And
Yeah.
it felt like they missed a lot of opportunity to like really showcase how cool you can make fight scenes look. And
Yeah, I think though when they did that, I think they just chose character depth
yeah,
and storytelling
over
over Dragon Ball Z.
yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like we could have these fights go 40 episodes, or we can have
Yeah,
them go the appropriate one episode
but that was all
and
old
tell you
school
what
shit.
else
Like
is
that
going on. Yeah, oh 100%.
Bleach did
Yeah,
that shit. Like there's a lot of fights that are just drawn out.
yeah, yeah. He spent a whole season fighting Aizen. He spent a whole
Yeah.
150 episodes fighting Aizen.
Yeah.
Fucking in like 8 different forms, both of them. Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is going on here, Ichigo?
Right.
Like, come
So
on, man. So
yeah.
yeah, I guess that is something they do. But I mean, even the fights when they do get to them in the sports festival, they're fucking dope. Like,
Yeah, that's what I
even
mean.
like
Like
the
they did a
Shinzo
great
fight.
job during those.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Shinzo fight, the first one at least was fucking. Well, there was the only that was the first one was
Yeah,
the
I
only
was
one.
like-
Fucking dumb thing to say, Shin. Fucking thanks a lot, you jackass.
Come on, dude.
Fucking yeah,
Watch
fucking
the fucking
stupid.
show.
I can. You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Although I was not wrong, I
Yes.
did not
Well,
mean what I said. I mean.
but where I was not wrong, it did not mean what I had thought it had meant.
Yeah, yeah,
So the Shinzo fight, though, that was an amazing fight, and it also brought up a good plot point
yeah. It was huge. It was like to the storyline. That fight was probably the most important fight in the show.
to date
Yeah,
to
in
that
that
moment.
season. Yeah, it's in the season at
Till that
least. Even
moment, yeah.
you don't think it was the most important fight in the season?
Well, and more, yeah, most important
Woo!
fight plot story wise,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not like coolest
No,
fight,
no, not at all.
plot
Not at
story
all.
wise.
Yeah, yeah. Plot story wise, that's what I mean. It's like the most important fight to the story up through like season 2
Right.
because he gets fucking brainwashed and then
Uh-huh.
he gets his first view of the vestiges. Is that what they're vestibles?
Yeah, the
Vestiges?
vestiges of One for All.
Yeah. Is that the right word?
It's vestiges.
Okay. Because I was gonna say vestuges, like refugees, or
Jesus Christ.
vegetables, like vegetables. Like I
No.
had a whole bunch of guesses locked and loaded if I was wrong.
Yeah, no.
So it was like it's important. It's
Yeah.
super important to the
No, but it
storyline
was cool.
because
And when you see that where he does see those first, I was thinking, "Oh shit. Um that's dope. I wonder if they're going to start coming out one by one." Like, I wonder if they're gonna start like
like
whispering in
eggs.
his ear. Yeah, and it didn't show a face in any of those.
Just ignore how great that was. I said
It
like
wasn't great.
eggs.
One by one, that's dumb.
Eggs
Can I
come out one
finish
by
my
one,
point for
man.
once?
Yeah, go ahead. All
Damn.
right. Fuck.
Jesus, I'm not trying to go off on a fucking soliloquy
A
every 3
soliloquy.
seconds. Can I
Okay.
finish a thought?
I'm just trying to add to your points, man. That's
Jesus
all I'm trying to do,
Christ. You're
baby
gonna make me
boo.
forget.
You're gonna make yourself forget.
All right, dude. Anyway, you see 7 black shaped faces in that
Okay.
moment.
Oh yeah,
And
black
I was
faces.
thinking, oh, it helped him in that one moment. So potentially in the future you're going to see more of it. You're going to see some sort of like voice coming to him saying yes or no, or helping him in some shape or form.
Yeah, blackface not okay, ladies and gentlemen. All
You're a
right.
dick.
This is 2023. We
You're
cannot
ignorant.
accept
Are
this.
can we
All right.
ever stay on topic ever for once?
Yeah, I was talking about the black faces you
Jesus
just talked about.
Christ.
It's not okay. We can't have
Holy
blackface anymore.
shit, man. Everything is a reference.
Yeah, of course. We
Can
can't
we
have
talk about the
blackface.
anime?
We are talking about the anime. They had blackface.
See, this is why I like asking questions because you don't. There's no clip. There's no coherent process in
There is
any
a
of
coherent
this.
process. You
I make a
mentioned
comment
blackface.
on
I
something,
brought up
and then you
blackface.
go, "Yeah." So the clip's gonna be like, "Does my hero have black faces?"
Yes, they do. Lock lock.
Jesus Christ.
Free association all over the mustache. But back to your point, what you're kind of getting into. It's like you don't know who they are. All we knew at this up to this point was that they were brought in, like, or not brought in, but that all for one, yeah, no, one for all. Sorry, one for all had been passed down through people. Like, we knew that already. We already knew that, but we didn't like understand the purpose of it or why that was possible or anything. And at least here they don't fully explain it, but we get a good glimpse. And they go over the later on, right? Like, they go over the all for one for all beef. Is that
They go
correct?
over the story in the face level story of All Might's the older brother, or I'm sorry, All Might. All for One's the older brother, and he had some sort of younger brother who didn't have a quirk, or at least he thought. And All for One's power was that he can give people or take people's quirks. So he
Right.
gives him a quirk, and then you find out, oh shit, he has a quirk now, but he also had a hidden quirk, which
That's
was
right.
to stock power. So you
I
can stock other people's power, but it
I
only
thought,
worked. Go ahead.
so correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought his hidden power, and I could be wrong because I don't remember it very clearly, but I thought his power was the ability to transfer a
No,
power. Because All
that
Might's is to transfer any power. I thought his was to transfer his power, and
no.
he just didn't have anything. I guess now that I'm talking about it, it doesn't make sense. It
Right.
doesn't make sense to be able to pass a power that you don't have.
Right. So
So you're
his
probably right on
hidden
this one.
ability was to pass a power. Um the ability that All for One gave him was to stock power, which
Right.
means like to be able to
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
get multiple stock multiple quirks. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it does. But now there's kind of a flaw in that I didn't realize until now. So if
Uh-huh.
his hidden ability is to pass the power,
Uh-huh.
right? And this is why I think we might have it wrong.
Uh-huh.
Because
It
if
might be
his hidden ability,
reversed.
yeah, it might be reversed. Because if his hidden ability is to pass the power and he has no power,
Yeah.
then
But
what the
that
fuck
was
is
the
he
point.
passing?
That was the point though, Shane, because his hidden abilities to pass the power down
Couldn't
and
do anything
he
because
couldn't
he
do
didn't have any
anything
power.
because he didn't have any
Oh,
power.
okay.
So that's
Okay.
where the guy was, or his
Oh
brother
shit.
was
All
like, "You
right.
don't have a quirk. I'm gonna give you a quirk." When he really did, which was to pass the power down.
Was she okay? All right. That makes sense now. So he was useless because his power was only to pass on a cork that he didn't fucking have.
Right.
So there was really nothing he could do. So it was almost
Yeah.
fate that he got this super big stockpiling power that gets stronger as you pass it down. And
Right.
now he can actually pass it down. So this was all pretty much fated.
Yeah.
That's
And
fucking
that
wild. Okay.
and
That's
and
a
that
cool
was
realization to
wild to
have.
hear because
Yeah.
at that point in time, I was like, I wasn't completely sold on the anime. I know it picked up,
Yeah, you
and at that time, I wasn't completely sold on new school anime.
right. If I remember right, during that time, you started this first, and I kept bringing up Demon Slayer, and you switched
Yeah.
over to Demon Slayer because you were like,
Correct.
you were like, it's okay, I just can't
It's a
do it.
lot
Yeah, that was it. You were like, it's a lot, and then you ran through fucking Demon
because
Slayer.
it was much quicker,
Yeah,
like super
ran through
fast
fucking
pace.
Demon Slayer,
Right.
and then after Demon Slayer, you're like, you know what? Let's fucking do
Let's
this.
go back.
Yeah, and I remember you were actually, oddly enough, and maybe you can explain why, but you were more hyped to go back to MHA,
Hmm.
even having stopped because you're like, it's a little much. I'm gonna get back to it
Well, I kept leaning
after
on you on
Demon
that.
Slayer. Yeah,
I
you
and
did.
that's where my explanation for that would be Yeah, I wasn't too sold on it originally, even through
Mhm.
halfway through season 2, because again, I'm like, let's throw these hands. I didn't even get to the hands part yet. I didn't even
Right.
get to the ones.
Right.
So I was like, I stopped. And then you told me about Demon Slayer because you're like, dude, yeah, like, I don't care that I told you about My Hero, watch Demon Slayer. I'm rolling through that. And again, I'm not completely sold on new school anime yet. So I'm like,
Right.
I
Right.
can get to it when I can get to it. I was still doing my gaming shit and shit like that at the time.
Yeah. And
So
really
I
you'd
was
only
like, I'll
watch
get to it when I
AOT
get
as a
to
new
it.
school, right?
Correct. AOT was
Yeah.
my only, which ironic out of all the new school
Yeah.
animes that
Interesting. Yeah.
AOT's the one. But that was like, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. And then I kept leaning back on you because we would have combos. And I think I actually watched Super as well in between that. Dragon Ball Super.
Oh,
And
okay. Okay.
it was starting to get me into the groove, and I'm like, is this kind of what new school is? And
Right.
things like that. And then you were like, yeah, dude, you got to get through it. You'll like it. You'll like it. You'll like it. And I think there were like 5 seasons in at that point,
Yeah. Yeah.
close to 6. And you're like, don't worry, you'll get through it. You'll get. And then right when I got through that,
And you know what?
um,
I think what happened too with the sixth season, because I think there was 4 seasons at the time. And then
yeah,
by the time you got to the 4 seasons, season 5 had finished and dubbed already.
uh-huh.
And so you were able to watch through season 5.
Fully
And
dubbed,
then you had to
fully
wait.
dubbed.
Yep, then you had to wait for season 6
Yes.
to be dubbed
And then
out.
I watched it with you one by one, season 6. But that was
Yep.
before we had the podcast.
Yes, it
So
was.
that a lot of I think My Hero is honestly probably the thing that pushed us over the edge to really decide, oh yeah, I like anime enough for you to
Yep.
want to offer the podcast idea. Because I think once I finished up to that point, we're like, you have enough to where we can
Right.
really have some discussions.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
again, back to
The sports
back
festival.
to yeah, back
Yeah,
to
we're good. We're
My
good. That
Hero.
was a good conversation.
Right. See, the cool part about season 2 is when I really like, okay, I can do this. Is when I did come back, it was the ones. They started running the
Oh,
ones,
okay. They started running the
and
sports festival
the,
fighting.
I love the Shinso fight. We already talked about that,
Yep.
but one of the ones that really got me was the Todoroki Bakugo because I felt like they were the two
Oh,
top
yeah.
dogs, and I was like, yes, this is the finals. Let's get it. Like I want to see these hands get thrown. I want to
Right.
see a good fight. I
Yeah,
want to
they're
see a
both
blow for
problems.
blow, a toe to
Yep.
toe. They're both whooping everybody else's ass,
Yes, sir.
and I thought that was a moment that they dropped. I think they dropped the
Oh,
ball on that.
really? Really?
Yeah,
Why so? Because he
because
refused to use the fireside, even though he just
yes,
used it against Deku. Deku convinced him to, and then he gets to Bakugo, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to use it.
yeah,
So that's where you think they dropped the ball there.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
think they're never gonna fight again.
See, I
They're
like
never gonna fight we're never
that's
gonna see
fair.
them spar again.
Yeah, that's fair. We probably won't.
That's
Yeah,
what
you're right.
and
I didn't
that's what
even
I
think
had
of that.
felt. That's what I had felt
I
then.
didn't even think of that at all.
Like,
But
we're
you're
never gonna
right.
see this.
We won't. We won't. But I mean, they got to do another sports festival, right? There's got to be at
Not
least
with
one
them,
battles. Yeah, because they do it every year.
but not with that same core group. You can graduate after that, right? Or you get to the
No, you still got to
because
go
the
to
other
two
class
A and three A.
the sophomores and juniors and seniors didn't they didn't show them having to do that.
I believe they did. I believe they did
Mm-mm.
it though. I don't think they showed them, but I believe
Uh-uh.
they did it. We'll check afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
we'll check afterwards because we can't debate something neither of us know.
Well, that and yeah, but I really don't think that they do.
Yeah. So, but like
Because they didn't show any of it. That's
I
for
know in
sure.
like especially in animes, and you know this because we talk about it all the time because I have like crazy anxiety, crazy bad anxiety, and so I'm a very detail oriented person because I'm always fucking paranoid in situations. So I
Hmm.
constantly, and it just like has changed the way I see everything in life, including like anime shows. Like I just see little details, so little nuances that explain characters the way that are the way they are is a big reason that gets like a big something that gets me into animes. So like in the sports festival, they had the fight where it was Bakugo and Gravity,
Yeah.
and one of the things I actually really enjoyed about that fight is because at this point you just see Bakugo and you get little glimpses of who he is, but you don't get an idea of like you're a villain, dude. Like you're a villain. You're a bad guy.
Mhm.
And then in that fight, you kind of see a different side of him where he's fighting her and he's going all out and people are shitting on him. And then Aizawa gets on the mic, remember? He gets on the mic and he's like, hey, you guys should be fucking embarrassed of yourself. The fact that he's fighting her full tilt is his way of showing his respect for her, showing that she's a genuine threat to him as a person because he knows that he can't do anything less than go full tilt. And even when he beat her and walked away, they were like, "Oh man, I can't believe you did that to her, like that fucking princess or whatever." They said something along those lines, and he's like, "Yeah, she's
Yeah.
anything but a princess. She's a fucking problem." And then he just walked away, and I was like, "That's fucking dope." I was like, that made me
Yeah.
respect Bakugo and understand him a lot more. But that was my favorite fight in the whole thing for that reason.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought it was okay. It made that moment made his the reason why he was so pissed at Todoroki makes sense. So I
Yeah,
did
it
like that
explains
fight,
him
but only for that reason
for that
where
moment.
Todoroki
That
held
was later
back
on. And
because
he
it meant
fucking
a
loses
lot to
his
me.
mind and they put a
Right.
fucking muzzle on him like a
Yeah.
fucking rabid mutt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's
I was
fucking
right with him.
getting his
That's
medal all strapped up and shit.
that's the saving grace of this that part of that season where I was so mad that they botched that, in my
Right.
opinion. And um Bakugo held that anger and frustration at Todoroki because he's like, dude, I want to win the right way. Like, let's go toe to toe. We're not gonna kill each
Right.
other. Like, it is what it is. Let's actually make each other better.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, he that's what drives him. He and I respect the shit out of Bakugo cuz even he says it later. I'm not sure if he says it later on or what, but I
Yeah.
know he
He's
says
like,
like
dude, the only way we
if
get better is if we go full tilt.
well, he's like the only way I feel good about this win is if I beat you when you're at your best. That's the way I want to fucking
Well,
win. I was like, I
yeah.
ride for that motherfucker. Let's go,
But
Bakugo.
even then, his idea of getting always getting better. He wants to one day be better than All Might. That's his
Right.
dream.
Right.
So, yeah, you could say it's the game and he wants to win, but it's like ultimately it's because he wants to be the
Yeah.
number one hero, the best. And
Speaking of
that's what's
which,
cool about those moments.
his internship was with Best Genius, right?
Yeah, where
Right?
he
That's
had
who
him
it
all
was where
cleaned
they
up
fucking
and
they were
shit.
combing his hair. And
Yeah.
he was like, what's your superhero name? And he's like, King Explosion Murder or something like that. And he's
Yeah.
like, you're a fucking child.
Yeah,
He's
you're a
like, that's a name
psychopath.
for a fucking child, you fucking psychopath. What is wrong with you? And then he gave
Yeah.
that whole speech, and then fucking Todoroki went with his dad, right? He went with Endeavor,
Yeah.
who is
He
a
did
fucking
visit his
thug.
mom. He visited his mom first,
Visited his mom. That was
got
cool.
kinda condolences
Yeah.
for everything there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
and
then
then he went to dad and was like, "Fuck you, dad, but Imma learn some shit."
yeah. Yeah, because he was like, because ultimately his reaction with fucking Deku was like his interaction taught him like he's like, hey, like fuck if it's my
It's still
dad's,
who
like
I am.
it's still who I am and I need to learn how to use it. Fuck this piece of shit, but also like he's kind of a problem, so I can learn a lot
Well,
from
you
him.
see that in the next season.
Yeah, oh, in the next couple, you're like, oh shit, Endeavor's a fucking
Well,
guy,
definitely
dude.
season 3. So,
Yeah.
if you wanna see who Endeavor really is, watch season 3.
Yep. And then the internships because they go with them. Uh, I know Ravity goes with the gunmetal dude,
Mhm.
the metal gun or whatever fuck his name is, and he's
Right.
all sweet and innocent. He looks all tough and shit. He's all sweet and innocent. And then who does fucking Ida go with because his brother got pieced up?
I don't remember. I will 100% not remember.
Manuel or Manuel, the normal hero.
Okay.
I remember that was
I
his
don't
thing.
I
It's
still
like he's
don't even
called the normal
remember.
hero. But the only reason he chose that dude is because his brother got pieced up in the city he was working at. Remember?
Right.
His brother got pieced up by the hero
By
killer who we
Stain.
find out is fucking Stain.
Yeah.
And that all fucking ties in with the internships because Deku goes over to what's his face? Fucking
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino, who's a fucking problem, by the way.
Mhm.
Gran Torino is a fucking crazy old man who is a fucking problem.
Mhm.
But on the plus side of that, like him doing his like getting Deku to
Mhm.
understand how to use the power was fucking dope.
Yeah, Gran Torino is the classic example of anime old man,
Old wise man or
old
old
wise man
Kodaki,
trying to teach you. Line
fucking
them up.
pervy sage,
Master Roshi.
Master Roshi. Who else we got?
Um,
Fucking. That's all I can think of off the
who
top
was
of my
it?
head.
Hiruzen.
Perusing.
Yeah, from Naruto.
Okay.
Sarutobi.
There you go. Yeah, but fucking all of them, man.
Yeah, all those ones.
Yeah,
He lines up
fucking.
with him, bro. He was a G in that season, an absolute G, and he was fast,
Here we go.
faster than I come
There
on
it
a
is.
Sunday night. You
There it
know what I
is.
mean?
Can't. We're always gonna get two things in our episodes. We're gonna get a Blackie Chan spoiler, which he ruined his streak
I
this time
almost
around.
ruined.
You ruined
I
your
was
streak.
close.
You ruined your streak because
Streak
you
of
didn't do
not.
it. Of
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it.
of doing it. Yeah, I know. I didn't.
Yeah.
I stopped it.
Yeah, so you ruined your streak. You didn't ruin the show. You ruined your streak.
If you want to look at it in the opposite
faster
end,
than you come. Faster than you come. Those are the two we can always count on from you. But even fucking who are you pointing at, sir? I'm like looking behind me. Like my ADD's acting up. I'm like, point. Oh, is there a fucking bug on me?
I'm pointing at our
What the
fans.
fuck's going on? you, and you. This fucking microphone, I swear to God.
Yeah,
even right now, it's like boom.
Yeah, that's why I like this right here, Shane.
Oh yeah,
just
can
you do this?
Whenever we get in a
you?
fight, you're just gonna start stretching randomly. Like,
Can you do this?
without.
Can you do this without hitting your mic?
Fucking stupid.
I don't think so.
But that's because we get thanks to fucking Gran Torino, we get the full cowling.
Yes.
Of version, and that's where he starts.
He learns how to.
Yeah.
He learns how
distribute it within his body.
Yeah.
He learns how to take a shit.
He's taking a shit.
And use the force for his entire body.
He's like, oh.
Yep. Raising his power level to 10,000 so he can turn Super Saiyan.
Yeah, over 9,000 at least. Yeah. I know you said 10.
Bare minimum.
It's gotta be bare minimum over 9.
Bare minimum over 9,000, right?
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum. Minimum. Gotta throw that last number in there, baby.
Right.
But we get to see him come in on his own, and you really get to see it because they fucking Ida decides to be a little bitch boy.
And go straight after Stain?
I'm gonna go
That's
straight
not a
after
bitch boy.
Stain.
I wouldn't call that a bitch boy. He ran in there trying to fuck some shit up.
I'm wrong.
He said, I'm gonna get mine.
You're attractive. I'm not so
he
good
looking. he did the Marshawn Letts. Oh, I know I'm gonna get got. But I'm gonna get mine more than I get got though.
Yeah, if you just run through a motherfucker face,
then maybe he don't want to play no more.
Damn, Marshawn Lynch. And Ida was built like Marshawn. He
was about
Lynch,
that
bro.
action.
He was. Yeah, I guess about that calling him a bitch boy is wrong here. I got to think of something to call stupid people because Ida ain't that.
He was an idiot.
Like he's dope.
I prefer that over bitchy ass Deku.
I fuck with Deku, even though he's a little bitch boy.
Yeah, of course, especially eventually, you'll see in the further seasons.
Yeah,
guys.
You guys know. You guys know if you've seen the further seasons. He's
but
a
right now,
dude.
Right now, he's only stepping up when he needs to. It's not when he wants to. It's when he needs to. But that switch will happen in the future. Deku starts saying, "You know what? I want that action now. I'm starting to.
I can't get enough of this action. Give me some more of that action."
That's what Deku starts doing. He starts going like that. But Ida goes after Stain.
Gets fucked up.
Yeah.
Gets fucked up.
Yeah.
Deku, he doesn't find him at first, right? Like, doesn't he find the superheroes trying to fuck with a Nomu, was it?
Yeah, a bunch of different styled Nomus.
Yeah, and so there are a whole bunch of heroes fucking with different style Nomus, and he runs up on them. He's like, yo, my nigga, where's Ida?
Yeah,
he's like, Ida is not here. I can't remember where he said he was, but he was like, he's not here.
I don't remember how he found him either.
Yeah, and then he ran by, and then he was like, oh, shit. He was like, oh, shit, I think I see something in that alleyway. And he fucking circled back and was like, oh, my nigga, Ida's fucked up. And then we got Mr. AIDS spreader himself, Patient Zero, Stain.
they did that Native American hero dirty, man.
I completely forgot about that dude. That's one of those dudes fucking bakugos like, shut up, you extra.
And who is he? It was
Right?
they didn't explain anything about that guy. They
It
just
is
knew
weird.
all you know is that he was Native American.
It is weird how they kind of do like an Americanization of Native Americans when they do them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they
Yeah.
do them in animes.
Yeah.
Because
It
even
is
you
interesting.
haven't seen this one yet, but it's fucking not Soul Eater, Soul King maybe on Netflix. I think it's called Soul King. I'll figure it out,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I think it's called Soul King. I think you would know what I'm talking about. But they have a whole bunch of Native Americans who host the Spirit Games, and their Native Americans are very Americanized in that too. It's something
Mm,
weird
mm.
anime does, kind of like where they have the New Hampshire Smash from All Might.
Yeah. Or the
It's like
United States shit.
United States of Smash. I actually fuck with
Right. Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But yeah, so you see him do him dirty, but you get that first entry of Stain going like
No,
Oshinoko
like Oshinoko. That's
Aqua.
all I was thinking about when we
Uh,
watched Stain. Yep, when we
um,
watched Stain, I was like, this nigga is pulling an Oshinoko, even though that show is like 5 years later than this.
yeah.
It's like, cause all I can think
Um,
about is Aqua just.
uh,
Yep, and that's what Stain. That motherfucker's creepy, dude.
dude, he looks like a Ninja Turtle human.
Yo, top 5 bad guy though.
Yes,
Like that
badass.
motherfucker died for his, cause
I'm
like
gonna get
he
a
was.
poster of him eventually.
Yeah, cause this dude's a fucking thug. Like him, Amon, all those
He's
dudes
very
who
much
have
by a
like,
code.
yeah, the dudes who have a codes who stick strict to it. Now Amon's a different ballgame. We won't get into that.
I was
But
about to
like
say,
him,
Amon
yeah,
was kind of fucked.
yeah. I was like, he had a code, but it was a fake code. Like I said, I'm about to get into that later.
But it was
Uh,
a fake code. It
yeah,
wasn't
it was a
left,
lie.
right.
Yep, yep. It was a right, right, left, square, triangle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Aruken. But Stain, like he even wanted it with Shigaraki, remember? Because he was like, yo,
Yeah.
it wasn't just for
Shigaraki tried to
heroes.
recruit him.
He just wanted a stronger society in general where people
He didn't
hold
just want to
true to
kill
their
everybody.
values. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He didn't
wanted
want to kill innocent
yeah,
people.
it had nothing to do with good or bad. It was you need
It
to be
was good or bad.
virtuous. No, because he was about to fuck up Shigaraki. So
No,
his
but his
virtues didn't have anything to do with evil and
Shigaraki's
good.
bad though.
Yeah, but he wanted to fuck him up just like he wanted to fuck up the good guys. I'm saying
Right.
his morals had no good people, bad people. It's just
But
people true to their convictions.
he had a line within good people that he felt that those certain good people weren't actually good. They
Right.
were bad. They were
Right.
doing
But
hero work out of spite
yeah,
versus
my point being is that him and his ideals, he decides who's good or bad, not what you would consider a villain
yes,
or a good guy. That's what I'm saying. Is
100%.
that is that it doesn't matter if the world sees you as a villain or if the world sees you as a hero. If you
Right.
don't follow these core values, you're the bad guy, and I'm going
Yeah.
to fucking kill you,
Yeah.
which
I
is
thought
a
you said he
crazy
didn't
way.
have a line between his good or his
Oh
bad.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
which is wild,
Yeah.
wild considering, he killed people for it.
Right. And I
Yeah,
mean,
which
yeah.
I mean, it's a wild way to do it, but it's an effective way.
Yeah. A la Aaron Yeager.
A la fucking Thanos. Like all of these niggas, they were
Yeah.
killing for their
Line them
ideals.
up.
So it's
Yeah.
effective.
Except two of those were actually heroes.
Yeah, you're
One was an actual villain.
yeah, you're a psychopath,
Yeah.
but for real.
Or actually, no, two of them were villains, not
Yeah.
heroes. My bad. I
And
got that
by
mixed
the
up.
way, they go into like cuz they end up defeating him, which
Yeah.
was a fucking good fight cuz Todoroki shows up and fucks this nigga, helps fuck this
They
nigga
did it
up.
in numbers.
Yeah, but the cool thing was that it's I like the way they place the events.
Mhm.
So Deku gets to the point where he can, on his own, he starts to make All for One his own.
Mhm.
Remember? Because his whole thing was that they're like, dude, you're idolizing All Might. Like, this is
Yeah.
your power now. You got to make it your own. So he starts to finally come into his own as a hero. And
Mhm.
right after he starts to come into his own as a hero, Stain's like, hey, I accept you as a hero.
Mhm.
Like, I accept your ideals.
Well,
So I think the timing of that was pretty
yeah.
cool.
I mean, that was. I think the cool part was that he noticed it in Deku and only
Yeah.
Deku.
Yeah.
He didn't notice it in anybody else. He was like, "You are the only pure-hearted superhero
That's
that
here.
I've seen in
Yeah.
years, with the exception of All
Son of
Might."
All Might, which was a weird fanboy kick that I actually liked that little twist that they put on
Right,
him,
and
where
they'll
All Might inspired him to be this
right,
way, which was a
right.
cool twist on the way he thinks.
Yeah, and you'll see a cool moment with Stain in the future. So definitely,
Yeah, keep an
definitely
eye out
staying
on it.
tuned.
Yeah.
And that's part of why we love him so much. In that, yeah, he does do some fucked up shit, but he has an
A moral
honorable
compass.
code
Yeah.
that you can see kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And it was cool because even in that moment where he's getting defeated, and even Ida comes to the realization where
yeah,
he's like,
he
"Oh, this
learns.
isn't
I
heroic.
did. I
I
was
tried
I was
to. I was
consumed
after
with
revenge."
revenge.
Yeah.
I was consumed by. I don't think he actually did that,
Do
but I
the
could
him
just.
pretending to be a bad guy. Do that impression. I love that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Where he's like, he's like, I know we just fought him, Deku, but he didn't actually do this. I'm just making shit
No,
up.
no, you do the
Um,
one with Uraraka where she's fucking
Udara.
hiding.
I knew you'd come here, Uraraka. But I've removed everything from the room. What are you gonna do now?
Yes, sir. He
And he's
played such a
acting
good
like
bad
a
guy. That's a
villain.
solid impression. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like in that moment, he realized he's like, "Oh, what the fuck am I doing here, dude? Like I am fucking up, and people
Yeah.
are gonna die, potentially die because of my mistake. Like it's fucking
Yeah.
wild."
But that
And
moment that Stain had saving Deku from that Nomu where he jumped up and cuz they
oh,
knocked
that's
he
cool
thought
because
he
they're
was knocked
fighting.
out
Yeah.
and they're fighting that big ass Nomu and then you
Yeah.
see Stain fucking pull up and slice the Nomu's head off or
Yeah, that
whatever
was
it
dope
was.
because it just goes to show how strong his ideals are. Where
Yeah.
he's like, "Yo, if I deem you worthy, like you need to live." And it just goes to
Yeah.
show, like he was just trying to fight him, and Deku was trying to fuck him up. Deku did fuck him up.
Right.
Deku and Todoroki,
Yes.
and they
Or no,
did
no,
fuck
no.
him
It
up.
was Deku and Ito who like double punched him.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah.
Todoroki was there.
Yeah, and so like he just knocked this nigga out, and he jumped in front of him to save him. It was funny that he fucking had like a blood fucking clot burst or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck
But
was,
then
where
it was
he's like,
funny.
oh, I'm not fucking done. Let's fucking
Well, yeah, he fucking passes
turn
out. You
into a
talking about
goddamn
Stain?
gargoyle. Yeah,
Yeah,
where he's
he just
just a
fucking
statue,
passed
just
out.
fucking.
Yeah, yeah, he was all on adrenaline at that point.
Yep. He's all fucked up now.
So yeah, that was a funny moment. But then it ends. You see a little bit of Gran Torino and Endeavor fighting those Nomus. Overall, that was a sick ass watch.
Yeah, it
That
was.
whole internship fight scene was cool. It's
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, it shows. It's cool because it shows their growth,
Yeah.
right? Like it shows how much they grow as people, and then they get into where they're like at the midterm. Is that a midterm? What they were taking where they're fighting the teachers?
Yeah. So something like
Yeah,
that. I don't
it's
know if
their
it was
midterm test.
right.
Let's just call it the midterm because I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That was
Okay.
their midterm grade, their
Yeah.
final, well, part of
I'm
their.
not gonna lie, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was their test. Like they have their grades obviously up to that point, but it's their
Mhm.
test. And they fought the
The
teachers with
two,
the.
yeah, two students versus one
Yeah, they
teacher.
either had to evade or capture, and
Yeah,
they had
they
to
had to
decide
capture
which
him
one.
or get through that door. Or
Yeah, and to capture them, they just needed to fucking put the cuffs on them,
and
or to evade them, they had to get out the fucking gate.
and I know we're not gonna get super in depth with all of them, but I do want to point out that the cool part about that activity was they specified the teacher and they specified the terrain for
Yeah,
each pair that they matched up because they didn't allow people to pair.
yeah,
They made the
and
forced a certain pair.
I like that they made the terrain to the teacher's advantage because they had what was it like cuffs or they had something on some device on that cut their strength in half.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like, it was, like, weights or fucking something. It was
Something.
something they put on
Something for
to
everybody.
cut their strength in half, which,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, half of All Might fucking kills Deku and Bakugo. I
Yeah.
apologize for thinking that. I don't think I'm out of line. That's a
Yeah.
plot hole. That is the stupidest shit I've ever
Well,
heard.
he's
This
also
man changed the weather.
he's fully managed his ability because you know how Deku has to process his ability 5% at a time or whatever the case
Yeah,
may be.
whatever. Yeah, it's like a 5, then 8, then whatever.
Right.
It
You're
jumps and
talking about a
changes.
you're talking
Yeah.
about a mastered version of All Might. You know, he's gonna know exactly how much power output he's
Yeah, it
putting
is
in
funny that
my
that
opinion.
motherfucker's always like, "Oh, I don't know what your problem is, man. I've been able to always use it at 100%. You're fucking tripping, dude. You're a little
Yeah.
bitch boy, Deku, because I've always been able to do this shit. I'm about that
Yeah.
action, homie." And
He's
so,
definitely a bigger set dude when you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, but it was cool because it kind of showed how everybody evolved. And even like evolved to the worst where they needed a reset, right? Because
Mhm.
fucking Momo.
Mhm.
uh Momo, where she was
Yaoyorozu.
like, yeah, she was at the beginning of the class, she was up there. She was fucking up front, like she was in the top performers. She went to the
Mhm.
festival and then shit popped off. And once shit popped off, she actually regressed. She started second guessing herself and not trusting herself. And
Yeah, that
then
was
when
a cool
her and
moment with
yeah, and
her,
then her and
Todoroki, and
Todoroki,
Eraserhead.
yeah, so it shows. I thought it was really cool. Like I say, I'm into the
Her IQ.
nuances. Well, I thought it was really cool that they showed that not all people will will improve from bad situations. Some people will regress. And
Mhm.
that's what she did. She regressed and they're like, "No, no, no. We got to bring you back.
Mhm.
We got to get you back to where you were." So I thought that was cool that they showed that not every situation everybody's going to react the same from. I thought that was
Right.
fucking pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh but it ends with, the people getting through the test and all that shit. And we
Yeah.
get to see
Pretty
the
much
last
everybody
few
they find a way
members of
through.
the Shigaraki crew,
Yes.
right? We get to
You get a
see
little
Toga
dose of
join because the Stain, everybody thought Stain was connected with fucking
Shigaraki.
Shigaraki, which was not
Which
not the
and he
case.
tried to get him. He tried to get him,
He
and Stain was
tried.
like, "Fuck y'all." And you do get a first glimpse of, or a first like cool glimpse of Shigaraki in this season, and that motherfucker progresses quickly. You
Yeah.
guys are gonna love him if you're only getting through season 2 right now. Watch
Yeah.
the next seasons, man. It
Just
only
run
gets
through them.
better and
Just
better
run
and
through them.
better. We
Agreed.
can't, not hype that shit up as much as we
Yeah,
are
and this
because it's
most recent
good.
season is easily the best season by far. It's not even close.
Right, and you learn a lot about the all for one for all origin, and I
Yeah.
know they get into more and more as the
Yep.
seasons go, but this is like where you really first learn.
Yeah, it's why the show's so great, man. It's got a little bit of everything for everybody. It's got action, uh,
It's got
it's
the
got
humor.
it's got the humor, it's got backstory, and the cool thing is too is like with this one, a lot of the new age animes, it's hard to watch with the kiddos because
Mhm.
it's a lot of
Fan service.
inappropriateness. Yeah, yeah, fan service. And this one, like it's got some, you got Momo's costume, got but like it's nothing crazy. Like I can sit down and watch it with my
No, this ain't
kids.
no Fire Force.
There fucking ain't no Fire Force for
Ain't
sure.
no jobless
So,
reincarnation.
yeah. So, what are your final thoughts on it? What do you think of season two? What are
It
your final
was
thoughts?
better than season 1,
Agreed.
and they did lack on some areas in my opinion, but it didn't halt the show in any way. It was just personal bias towards what I would want
Yeah.
and what I love in shonen. So, ultimately a good season, ultimately a good progression of the storyline, ultimately a great uh a great way to show how good new school animes are at compacting a lot but making it flow. That's what I love about new school anime, and season 2 really moved the push the goalpost but also stopped and showed you a lot of good key moments.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. I
about you?
fucking I fucking loved it. I'm a big fan of this show. It's one of my fucking favorite shows. Especially with the last season that took it up a notch. But as
Season
far as like
6, for
as
those
far
that
as
don't
like
know.
as far as like season 2 is concerned, I thought this is where the show really starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I think season 1, it's like the introduction,
it's
you
like,
get the backstory, they're introducing the
yeah,
people, and
you get a
there's so many
glimpse.
side characters, right? You get a glimpse. There's so many side characters that you just like, you're like, okay, we need to know. And they end up being important, but it's like, we got to get them introduced.
I
You got to
quit
get a
season
feel for
1 My
everybody.
Hero to season 1 AOT. Is very similar in that
Yeah.
not the storyline, not any of this universe, just the character development in
Yeah.
terms of like
100%.
it's very
Yeah.
glimpsy.
And so I think season 2 is where the show genuinely starts. Like, I honestly, you could probably skip. I would have to rewatch, but you could probably skip season 1 and get it
And
right into season
still,
2 and still figure
yeah,
out what's
what's
going on,
going
what
on.
happened, and then
Yeah,
and then really get a good glimpse of it. Like, this is where the show starts. This is where it
right.
starts getting real good
I think
and
the
it starts to develop the storyline.
Right, I think the only thing that season 1 would have is the real origin of Deku getting it, right? Deku
Yeah.
getting the power.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you see that, and
Yeah, you
it's
and
like a
see what it means
visual,
and what it means to him.
right? And
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
like
yeah.
his moment with getting the power and everything that goes into that is what you
100%.
get from
Yeah.
season 1.
Agreed. Yeah, good call. But hey guys, we're about at that time. We appreciate every single one of you. I think we're at 169 subscribers as of today. Once again, we
79.
appreciate every single one of you guys. We really
Mhm.
appreciate the love we've been getting. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment,
Comment,
share.
comment, dude. Comment more than anything, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
we want you to guys. We want to talk with you guys.
Right. I think anime is just the ultimate discussion. We don't
Right.
fucking sit here and super analyze. We don't have enough time to. So a lot of this is
Recollection.
recollection.
Yeah.
So we want you guys to come in and be like, no, that's not how that went, or no,
Yeah.
we think
Fucking.
this, or no, that's how this went, or
Yeah.
whatever the case, or yeah, this season did mean this, or you missed this point,
Right.
that point, whatever you have to say, we want to hear it.
Right. And then if there's something you want us to touch on, something you want us to get to quicker, something you want us to discover, now is especially the time, guys, when we don't have a ton of people following us. Like, if
You can
one person
mold how we
suggests
do shit.
yeah, if one person suggests something, that's one more than anybody else. You know what I mean? like like we'll be like, hey, our guy wants to have us watch this show and talk about it. Like, I guess we gonna fucking do it, you know?
Yeah.
So
The one thing we won't be doing though, we did get this reference. I want to honorable mention, and I forgot what your name was, so sorry who it was. We just can't do it. We've
Yu-Gi-Oh!
considered it.
Bridge.
No, we can. That's another one, but
Yeah.
um, doing reactions to full on episodes that
Oh
come out.
yeah. No.
If we end up doing that, it would have to be way down the line where we're doing
Yeah.
the shit full time and we just have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, we're just not the reaction type,
Right.
and
Yeah,
so
I like
sorry,
to yeah, guys,
sorry
I
on
don't
that.
react I don't react with my face, I don't react with actions. I'm not gonna be
Especially this
fucking
guy.
yeah, I'm not gonna be Aiden Ross like like look, I like to
Yeah.
talk about shit. I see shit, I analyze, and I like to fucking talk about it.
Right.
And that's how I react to things. So even in my
Right.
reaction videos that I do,
You- You're
they're
not
me
gonna.
talking about shit and theorizing and
Well,
thinking.
and a lot of them's gonna be correlated to what we release, right? A lot
Yep.
of our reaction videos are gonna be correlated to what our actual episodes are, and that's the main point of us doing reactions.
Yeah,
So
so we're not reaction people. I mean, Blackie over here, he's better at it than me, much better, but it's because that's kind of who he is as a person. It's
yeah,
not that he's faking it or anything like
no,
that. It's just he's naturally like when you sit down and watch a show like that, he's like that.
yeah,
Like he reacts like that and he fucking gets
oh
blown
yeah,
away by big moments, gets blown away by little like it's
yeah,
it's the way he intakes his media. I'm
right,
not like that.
yeah,
I can't for the life of me,
yeah. No,
guys.
he just
Fucking, you
sits
don't
there
want
and
to
watches
me
it.
react to full episodes of shit. Because what
Right,
it's gonna be is I'm gonna turn a 30-minute episode into an hour and a half because I'm gonna keep pausing it and talking about what's in my head.
right,
Like it's sorry. I love you guys. We would love to hit every request, but that one just isn't for us.
right. So just kind of wanted to. We've never really talked about it, and we are getting some of those where it's like, hey,
Yeah.
react to full on episodes, and
Yeah.
that'll
Which
probably
is why it's
never
easier to
happen.
react for us to react to trailers.
Right.
Because trailers they're,
That'll happen
a
always.
minute and a half.
Which which by the way, Avatar trailer came out. We will be
Yes,
reacting to
sir.
that soon, so be on the
Yes, sir.
lookout.
Yep. But all right, guys. Blackie Chan, Comedy Hashira.
We out.
We out.